Do you love it when I smack your ass or not?
I really do.
Why do you love it so much?
Because you're my owner.
Wow, that's a good one. Yeah, baby girl. Holy I like that. Damn, girl, come here. Shit.
You want a fork or a spoon?
I'll take a fork.
So I'm giving up on this female generation. I got a girl's number last night. I text her today, like a gentleman. Today was nice to meet you. She said, which one are you? Weird thing to say. I tell him the one that got your number outside of the bar last night. She said, I gave my number to about 10 dudes. My sister in Christ. You don't say that, you weirdo. I didn't know what to say, so I just said, I was the black one. She said, oh, how was I? I got defensive. I said, the is that supposed to mean? She went, well, usually I'm just not into black dudes. I said, well, last night you were. Last night you were. I rode the lie. She said, what's your Instagram? So I blocked her.
A lot of dudes out here dating women that don't like them. If she already like you, it don't matter where you go. We like to get what we think we don't supposed to have. I don't. I'm not even pursuing. If you don't already like me, we not going nowhere anyway. You know, you got to do a little court. You got to like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? I'm such and such. I'm. No, I don't.
Fun fact of the day, did you know that cheating affects men more than it does women? That's right, men experience more emotional pain when a relationship turns sour than women do. I can already hear feminists. It's because of their ego? No, it's actually because they rely on their partner for emotional support and intimacy. Same study noted that women tend to get over relationships a lot quicker than men, whereas men never really get over it. Because social norms discourage men from talking about their feelings, they never open up, they bottle it up inside, and they suffer silently. I've been back on this app for literally 2 days, and all I've seen is women just mocking men, making fun of them, and the theme of the day seems to be men with cheating trauma. Y'all should just get no dick. Thank you.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
So where are the men? Where do y'all hang out? If you don't go to coffee shops, I'm so tired of like going to a bar or like go to different events and they're like 90% of the ladies and only 3 men hang out in the corner. Do you guys just not leave the house or like go outside? Yeah, I would love to stop using all the dating apps that are just not working anymore and start meeting people in real life organically. But where do men usually hang out? I feel like I've been looking at the wrong places. So let me know in the comments.
This is funny on here talking about why y'all didn't get your guy nothing for Valentine's Day? Why you didn't get your guy nothing for Valentine's Day? Like, I'm not buying a man on Valentine's Day. Like, my man, no. Valentine's Day is for me. Sweetest Day is for him. Like, I'm not buying a man love. Why would you buy a man something on Valentine's Day? It's literally created for girls.
I know a follower and a dumb bitch when I see one. Valentine's Day is meant for both partners and is a shared, inclusive celebration of love, affection, and appreciation rather than a day solely for women. Now, I know y'all are used to going out and seeing gifts for mostly women, but historically, it's a mutual thing. It's a two-way exchange of gifts and affection. You don't. Some of y'all hate your man to the point where on a day when you should be mutually expressing the love that you have for each other, you steal the day and say, I'm not going to show you any love. You're the only one that's supposed to be showing me love.
So you telling me it's more disrespectful for me asking you for a DNA test than to find out 18 years later that the child's not mine?
No, why you asking me for a DNA test? Because you did something that you know you're not supposed to be doing. That's why you need a DNA test.
A lot of men, what we do is we test. Me asking you for a DNA test.
That means you don't trust me.
Nope. No. Stop.
Absolutely.
Stop. It could be I don't trust you, 1, or 2. I want to see your reaction.
I'm definitely gonna be like, why do you want a DNA test?
So now I really want to.
Let me tell you why. That's the most disrespectful thing you can say to a wife.
Do you think it's more disrespectful for me asking you that question than to find out 18 years later that the child's not mine?
Why did you marry her?
How tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
How much do you weigh?
That's none of your business. I told you I was fat.
Oh, okay. We don't play that on my channel. You get your big fat on somewhere then. I don't deal with you big sassy broads.
This don't kill my vibe. This don't kill my vibe.
If you think you can get out here and be like Danny's big, go knock yourself out. But I would be remiss to try to tell you as an image consultant and as a person and a professional that you can be 5'3" and weigh so much that you don't even want to tell somebody how much you weigh and think you're going to get a man to marry you. A high value man. So you go ahead and go on back over and get your 2-piece or 3-piece or whatever you got coming from, Chick-fil-A or Popeyes or, and carry your on over. Do you think she talked to Brad that way? No. And go on ahead and get your slave fantasy out. You got your mind, think you talking to me.
You know what I really hate? When men are nice to me, stop it. It destroys my worldview. I built a very comfortable binary where men are weird, men are aggressive, and that suits me, that suits my style, it suits my personality, and I built that personality around disliking and distrusting men, and then they have to go in and be pleasant and respectful. Get out of here with that. I don't want to deal with nuance. Things are hot and cold, yes and no, in and out, up and down, wrong and right, and so on and so forth. So when you come up here being patient, kind, and understanding and generous, when I am not giving you that energy, I can't take it. I am dysregulated, my nervous system does not feel safe, and now I have to question my own worldview compass?
When your partner brings up something you did wrong, it's not always an attack. It's not them trying to tear you down. Most of the time, it's a sign they care enough about your relationship to say something instead of staying silent and letting resentment build. Immature love hears correction as criticism. Mature love hears it as opportunity. Marriage isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to learn from each other, admit when you fall short, and take steps to do better. Healthy couples understand that the goal isn't to win the argument. It's to protect the relationship. That means communicating, fixing what needs fixed, and growing together through it. And honestly, that's where trust deepens. That's where intimacy gets stronger. When you can both own your mistakes and still choose each other, that's not weakness, that's maturity. And that's what makes a marriage last.
Okay, men, Black men especially, please answer me this. Why is it that many of y'all refuse to go to curated dating events? I'm talking about events where the vibes are already set, the ambiance is right, the music is good, the drinks are flowing. You're basically guaranteed to meet somebody who's actually interested in you and is serious about dating. You're pretty much set up to win. Conversation starters and prompts so there's no awkward silence, a bit of a structured experience, and maybe a little turn up afterward. So my question is it that dating events like this require a certain type of intention and vulnerability, and the patriarchy taught you that pursuing connection with effort somehow makes you less masculine or something? Because the patriarchy told y'all that you're supposed to just stumble into love and not actually prepare for it? Because we see how that's turning out. The women are doing the work. They're showing up, they're investing, they're trying something different, stepping out of their comfort zone, taking risks. Isn't risk-taking a part of masculinity too? So what is it really? Is it the event itself or the unlearning the patriarchy part?
I read a comment today from a man that said, I protect my woman because she's worth it, not because she needs it. And honestly, that hit me because a lot of people do not understand that type of love anymore. It's not about control or weakness. It's about value. It's about a man saying, I see how strong you are, but I still want to be your safe place. It's protection that comes from admiration, not obligation. That's what partnership looks like. It's knowing she can handle it, but still choosing to carry some of it anyway. It's the kind of quiet strength that lets a wife relax a little because she knows she's covered, not caged. When a husband leads with love like that, it changes how a woman shows up too. She softens, she trusts deeper, she gives more. Because real protection doesn't take power away, it multiplies it. That's what a husband and wife marriage should feel like. Safe, steady, and sacred.
Let's talk about the hypocrisy. Modern men want a woman to submit, cater, cook. They'll hit you with lines like, it's a partnership. Translation, I want the benefits of being a man without the burden of being a man. Otherwise, what are we building? Love without foundation is a liability. Stop demanding respect for a position you don't qualify for. It's a responsibility. You can't be king and coworker at the same time. Pick one. If you want her soft, feminine, and peaceful, then you need to create an environment for that. Because nothing makes a woman masculine faster than stress. And nothing stresses a woman out more than carrying bills. Provision makes her soft. You can't demand her feminine energy while giving her masculine problems. They want you to go 50-50 like a business partner, but still cook, clean, and stroke their ego like a traditional wife. Stop letting these men sell you wolf tickets with cute phrases like, it's about love, not money. So ask yourself, do you want a man who can truly lead, or a man who wants the perks of leadership without paying a price, except nothing less than queen treatment?
Man, let us know what y'all think about this. Leave a comment down below.
I hear the men are more delusional about the way that they look than women are.
No, not even close. But what brings this on?
I made that video talking about how if you're a woman going for a very attractive man, then you're gonna have to be nice to him because he has so many options. He's not gonna choose the one that treats him poorly.
Well, it's just my opinion, but a person should be nice to everyone. At least until they give them a reason not to be, but that's just considered common courtesy.
I mean, every man known to this earth was commenting on it, saying, I will not tolerate disrespect.
I think the question should be, is why should any person tolerate another person's disrespect?
I'm like, did you look at yourself though? Like, that's what I was getting at.
Excuse me? Is someone actually here trying to imply that someone should be treated a certain way based on what they look like and how attractive they are? Oh my.
And before you comment on this one and be like, it has nothing to do with looks, it has everything to do about looks. Wake up.
Oh yes. I really do hope that a lot of these individuals that have this particular style of thinking really keep that same energy, as they say, when their looks start to fade, and then they won't be disappointed when they're not treated very nicely.
There's a lot of women out there that think that their man is lost. They think that their man is, I've done all the work and he won't come find me. God, why? No, some of this is not God's fault. A lot of it, a lot of you guys, maybe you need a little bit more work. It really is crazy. It really is crazy how a lot of these modern women would say, I've done the work. I think I'm ready. Why won't God send me a man? and they have intuition, but I guess their intuition doesn't tell them, hey, maybe this is a sign that you are not ready. Maybe you have a little bit more work to do. It couldn't be that. Couldn't be that. I'm perfect. I've done the work. I've done all of the work. What they really mean to say is, I've done all of the work that I want to do. I've done all of the work and the healing that I'm comfortable with. I'm ready for a man now. I'm not doing any more work, any more healing, not on the major stuff. Right? I've semi-moved past my ex. I have learned a little bit of how not to talk so much about how I'm a boss babe, but I have not actually started digging into what makes a good person, what makes a good spouse, how a good spouse acts in a relationship. When you be in a relationship with a spouse, how a person acts that's going to be a good spouse acts and behaves in a relationship. I don't want to study any of that. I'm just going to wing it. I want a little bit of mystery. Well, it's not going to be a lot of mystery. It's pretty much a novel that's going to write itself. It's a story that's going to write itself. You're going to go in there going with the flow. And obviously, because he's not doing what you want him to do, you're not going to want to go with the flow. And so you're going to divorce him. We already know that story. And then you got to try to take all of his money. We already know what that story is, because you wanted to go with the flow and you wanted to wing it instead of doing what you were supposed to be doing.
Y'all, recently I was in a club, right? And this man walked up to me and goes, and he rubs my arm like this. Like, and he go, oh, you one of them good clean hoes. I was confused. My gappers were flaccid. I didn't know what to say. So I was just like, yeah, I am clean. And he goes, you know what? You on that stripper shit. You on that stripper shit. And I was just like, what do you mean? You said I'm clean. Am I supposed to say no, I'm dirty? So one of the other dancers was like, yeah, he wants you to argue with him. I said, oh, well, actually, yeah, I'm a dirty, like outside by the dumpster dirty. And he goes, oh yeah. What's wrong with you niggas? Do y'all come up with stuff like this in the car, in the parking lot? Or does it just come off the dome? Like, where does it come from?
My date just canceled on me tonight because he found my TikTok. And that's really, really unfortunate because this is like the first time where social media has been like a detriment. Not a detriment, but has like negatively harmed me.
Kudos to that man for having boundaries. But unfortunately, he still got a video made about him, which is honestly the entire missed point here. The problem is not that you're on social media. The problem is your content, because if you look at 3 or 4 videos back, every other video you're talking about some date. So yeah, if the man that's looking to take you out on a date finds your social media and your content is all about bashing guys that have taken you on dates, that is a man that is way smarter than signing up for that. Like, I don't know what to tell you, ladies. You think that men agree with you when you think that most men are terrible. Like, most men, especially good men, by the way, they know that most men are good men. I would actually question the men that say that there aren't good men out there, that they're mostly bad men. I would question those guys because I think they might just be projecting. But hey, that's my 2 cents, and let this be a lesson that it's not just about social media, it's how you present yourself as a whole in public, social media or not.
Men 30 and up already know exactly what I'm about to say, okay? They know that shift women complain about because they have already made that adjustment. A lot of women say men get worse in their 30s. No, ma'am. Men do not get worse. They just stop tolerating nonsense. They stop apologizing for their standards. And that shift, it feels like disrespect to the women who benefited from his lack of boundaries. When he was in his 20s, he let the little disrespect slide. The tone, the attitude, the eye rolls, the inconsistency, he allowed it. He gave chances that he really didn't need to give. He stayed in the conversations that went nowhere, and he ignored the manipulation just to keep the peace. But 30 and up, he's not interested in repeating that same toxic cycle. Now, the same behaviors that used to get a reaction from him, they get distance. That same attitude that would start an argument gets.
After building a career on making men think that she cared about them just to reach 1 million followers, turn around and say, "F you men, I actually don't like you at all," this has now garnered 8 million man-hating women, because that's just all of her content. Well, she popped out with a man. She got engaged, and now she's shocked and dazed and confused as to why her giant following of man-hating women aren't with her fiance, why they're all on her now. I'm sorry, you built an entire following on women who are bitter, angry, and lonely, and then you're wondering why they're not clapping for you now that you're no longer bitter, angry, and lonely? Also, can we just call out the men who date man-haters like Drew Afalo for like what they actually are, which is just cucks. Like, you're the biggest cuck. You know that your woman despises your entire gender, and you think that you're good enough? You think you're different? This is like when girls date misogynists, and they're like, yeah, he hates women, but I'm special. You're not special. You're idiot. Congratulations. Hating on men for your entire career has done one of 2 things. Actually, both things. Number 1, they've made the man-haters hate your husband, and they've made the women who don't even hate men hate your husband, because how desperate do you have to be with somebody like her? This relationship isn't gonna last. I don't think they're even gonna make it to marriage. And if they do, they will get divorced. This is my prediction right now.
Meine Powerbank! Das ist ja auch Video. Meine Powerbank ist im Arsch.
Okay, so everyone in the comments is mad at this man, but I've watched this like 5 times and I still don't see what he did wrong. So let's watch it back in slow-mo while I read some of the comments. He pushed her, may this love never find me. What? He was literally grabbing her by the shoulders to try to stabilize her. He never pushed her. Run away, girl. What makes you think that she can run away from a man? She can't even outrun the tiniest current of water. Genuinely, what was he supposed to do? Make the water freeze? I genuinely don't even know what everyone is freaking out about. Are they not both to blame? Like, did they not both go right up to the tip of the beach holding power banks and purses fully clothed? What is this, their first experience with planet Earth? Is this their first time seeing an ocean? And even if it is your first experience with an ocean, I'm sorry, common sense, hello? Like, I'm not gonna drag the man here. I'm dragging everyone, which is easy to do apparently. The tiniest little wave in the world could do it. This is dumb and dumber, and dumbest being the entire comment section. This couple, 0. Another point to Darwinism.
Black women, including myself, are very uncooperative at times unless we find a man that we feel is masculine and we feel safe with.
That's a fancy way of saying we have to handle you. In order for you to act like women should act, you have to choose to put down the BS. But it's a choice.
But don't you think that's realistic?
No, I don't. How old are you?
I'm 38.
And what man have you chosen to submit to in your 38 years?
I would say about 3 or 4.
And what's the longest relationship you ever had?
8 years.
8 years. How long ago was this?
This ran from about 2012 up until this summer.
And why didn't this man choose to marry you since you submitted to him?
He told me he didn't believe in marriage. That's all he told me.
Oh, okay. And when did he tell you this?
He always told me this.
Right. Did you want to get married?
I didn't really want to get married because I have 2 children already who are teenagers.
Surprise.
I just wanted to.
Surprise.
No, I didn't want to get married.
But what I'm saying is, what you did not yield the outcome you would have even wanted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to deconstruct. You were with somebody for 8 years who didn't want to get married. And you know you wanted to get married, but he didn't want to get married. But why'd you stay there?
This guy said he was ghosted after he invited a girl onto a date to go to Micro Center. I didn't even know what Micro Center was. So I said, let me look it up. And I think it's just like this big Best Buy, GameStop, like, I don't know, it's like a electronic store. Then he automatically goes to self-deprecation, and somebody in the comments is like, yo, we all get ghosted. Literally, I just got ghosted. Everybody gets ghosted. However, like, if you are going on a date to a place like Micro Center, which is just like, to me, and maybe I'm wrong, somebody, correct me if I'm wrong, like, what are we gonna be doing at the Micro Center? Looking around at mouse pads, and I don't know, like, I think the coffee date wouldn't be so bad. I feel like a coffee date honestly wouldn't be so bad at that point. Now, why would she agree and not go? I don't know. But maybe she was just like, she probably was like, hey guys, we're going on a date. We're like telling her friends. I'm like, oh, what are you guys gonna do? And she's like, oh, he's taking me to the Micro Center. And they probably looked at her like, serious? What is there to do at the Micro Center? Nothing. And then when you're on a date, like, yeah, you want to be somewhere where you're having fun, but you also have to keep in mind what that other person likes to do and find a happy medium. There is a happy medium that can exist where you guys can do something. And then maybe if you guys went on a first date somewhere, then you could be like, oh, I'd love to go to the Micro Center. Do you want to tag along? But like straight out Micro Center, like everybody in the comments is like, bro, I don't think you wanted to hear, but it's just like, bro, ain't nobody getting a makeup to go to a Micro Center.
Why have men become princesses? Please explain, because we're out here walking on eggshells thinking, oh my God, if I say one wrong thing, he's gonna run. If I am not feminine enough, if I'm not enough of a trace, he's gonna run. Because they're like, no, I want it how I want it, when I want it. You know, I want to text you when I want to text you, I want to call you when I want to call you. And all of that is good and fine. But then if you're a little bit assertive as a woman, if you're like, you know, let's get to it, or what's the point, or you call them out on something they're like.
Welcome to a man's world, ladies, because this is exactly what men have been experiencing for decades now. And now that men have recognized their worth and want what they want, y'all can't handle it, which is actually hilarious to me. You guys fought so hard for equality, and it's actually happening, and now, you know, you have to degrade them and call them princesses, or take a little chip at their masculinity to make yourself feel better. But then she actually has the audacity to say that men can't handle assertive women. Men can absolutely handle assertive women, but most of these women are not assertive. They're rude, they're inconsiderate, they don't actually know how to communicate. Their way of communicating is passive aggressiveness or the silent treatment, or sending TikToks as a subliminal message. 99.9% of all relationship problems would be solved if women were actually assertive. So yes, men can absolutely handle assertive women, and they want what they want and they deserve to get what they want. And you're just mad because men have finally recognized their worth and you don't want to step up your game. You want these men to still cater to you. Well, guess what, ladies? Now you actually have to put in some work. Okay, bye.
I just downloaded Hinge for the first time in months. I have some notes. Starting off strong. Everyone is ugly. I don't know what it is. Everyone is ugly. I don't know if it's men don't know how to market themselves. That's what it is. They don't know how to market themselves. The photos are either I took notes, so the selfies are either way too close. The picture with their sister is weird. The picture with their friends, it's never good. They're either awkwardly sitting next to each other or they look extremely together, which is fine, but like, I'm not trying to date a man. Or there's too many selfies. Like, why is every single one the same pose? Like, every single one you scroll is the same. Gym flex photos, not my thing. Doing the gym, like, I don't even know if there is anything for me that, like, that for me immediately is like a red flag. Even though I think you should be fit. You out in nature hiking, your shirt should be on, and if it's off, you're not posing. It has to be a candid. I like a who's silly and goofy, but if your entire page is silly and goofy, I immediately think you're unemployed and not serious about literally anything. A lot of them are balding, which is fine, but if you're balding, you have to check off so many other things. I'm so sorry, I know it's up, but it's true for me. I love a candid film photo, but if there's too many film photos, red flag. Also, if you're a film photographer, red flag. If you have cool film friends, though, that's fine. So you have like one film photo of you on your page. Any mirror selfie, red flag. Don't do it. When they use the prompt, the way to win me over, like, I'm not winning anything regardless. This is actually like a humiliation ritual. They show zero personality, or they're using filters. Why are you using filters? If you have Snapchat, I'm sorry. I know I have friends who use Snapchat. Why are you using Snapchat going into your 30s? That's weird. They make my prompts about them. I have like, oh, I like to travel alone. They're like, not anymore, like, you're gonna travel with me, or like, I like to travel alone too, but maybe you could be my partner. It's just like, why can't you just be like, oh, that's so cool, like, where have you traveled alone? Like, just be normal. Like, why do you have to make it about you? Literally, the way I ask myself too, like, the way I match with people is like, would I let this person inside of me? And a lot of the times I wouldn't. I'm like, no. And if I say yes, it's like, if I think a little too long, it will still be a no. So because I'm complaining so much, I feel like there is something you guys can learn from this. So what I think a perfect profile online would be as a person who works in marketing. I think a photo of you at an event is great. Like, I like to see someone having a good time. Don't be like up or at the club, but like at someone's like birthday party or wedding and you're just like with your friends, like that's usually okay. Again, photo in nature, hiking, or like a candid at the beach. You know, you're not flexing, you're not posing, but you're just doing something and someone just happened to take a picture. A picture of a pet. If you have a pet, post your pet. One photo is enough. Must have a photo of you doing your job or a hobby. I need to know that you are somewhat into something, that you have a job, first of all, and that you have a hobby. Don't be posting a picture of you smoking a joint. What are you, 15, trying to look cool on Instagram in like 2012? It's like, just, why are you doing that still as a grown man? Yeah, with the prompts, too much information is a lot. You want to keep it simple, but you want to like not joke around too much. Like, maybe have one silly one and then the rest like are genuinely serious. Like, oh, like my go-to thing on a Sunday is, and then be like, oh, I like to read and go to the park or like call my mom. Like, genuinely, I don't know, something normal like that, but then sometimes you can be silly. But it's just to say, I was just scrolling on there for about like 20 minutes and my brain hurts, and I'm probably going to delete the app again because I haven't had it in months and there's nothing that comes out of it. I've only met a few people on there, and like, actually I've been lucky. I've met some decent people, but like after scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, being single for so long, like, come on.
The term child-free is offensive.
All right, let's just add that to the list of things that happen to offend people now.
So let me explain.
Please do.
The term child-free is a loaded term because it places a value judgment on having children. So when you think of the term child-free, it's really reminiscent of other terms that we use, like debt-free, cancer-free, disease-free. We use this term to describe something that someone should free themselves from.
That actually sounds like a personal choice in regards to semantics.
Okay? The implication is that these things are undesirable and that they are burdensome.
Implication. Huh. That's more like personal interpretation.
So when you use the term child-free, you're essentially making that same value judgment and saying that having children is a burden and it's an undesirable situation to be in, and it's something that you have freed yourself from.
I swear some individuals are going out of their way to try to be offended. It's amazing.
Well, as someone who has children, and I bet I'm speaking for most parents here, the vast majority of people that choose to have children are extremely happy, and they don't see that as a burden, and it's very offensive for them to value judgment and say, oh, your life is undesirable.
Only to the delicate ones.
I am child-free, and you are not, and therefore your life is burdened and your life is undesirable. So even just the term child-free is triggering to many parents because it has negative connotations.
Well, whoop-de-doo. Not everyone is offended by words.
So if you've been using the term child-free, I would recommend that you switch to a more neutral term. And
oh, this ought to be good.
say, like, I'm a non-parent. Or, I would simply say, like, hey, I don't have kids by choice. But just use a term that doesn't place a value on whether or not you chose to have kids. And I think that you'll see the conversation really shift.
That honestly hurt my brain.
You know, a lot of these modern women, they think they don't know what level they're on. You know what I mean? Like they think because I like something that's my level. Does that make sense? They think, well, I'm attracted to, say for instance, a 40-year-old man. I'm 28. I'm attracted to a 40-year-old man or 48-year-old, whatever you want, however it is. That's my level. I'm on that emotional level. I'm on that emotional mind state. You're not. You just like that. You're attracted to that. And it's likely that you read a book or you saw a movie that made you think that way. It's the same concept of a lot of these ladies going out here and say, ooh, I want a baby now. And then go out there and get a baby with a random man, with a dusty, with a brokey. You just became a baby mama. You just became a single mother because you got baby fever. It was an emotional state. That didn't make any sense. But this is what modern women do. They're so emotionally undisciplined. Their emotions aren't regulated. And then they go out, they ride a wave of emotion. And then they go out there and they just do it for the plot. That's what they're talking about. They go out there and they do it for the plot. And then when the plot don't work and they end up with a child or they end up in a bad situation, then it's the man's fault. How come what they're really saying is, how come you didn't look out for me? I liked you. I trusted you. You were appealing to me. And that in and of itself should be enough for you to say, because you took out of your time, because you made the effort. I know you, and you don't find most men appealing. So that to me means that I'm one in a million. I'm unique. I'm special. What you don't understand is your opinion, your perspective is not the only perspective out there. Chad does not care how appealing he is to you. I just care about the buns. That's it. Tyrone don't care about being your emotional safe space. I just care about it to the extent of getting the cheeks. Period. You're not on that level. A man is not going to, these men that y'all running into, not going to protect you, because that's not what their goal is, and it never was. You need to start, I don't know what you need to do, because the therapist that you're going to is not working. It's not working. Y'all need to get y'all's mind right. Just because you say you ready for a fate, oh, I'm ready for marriage. No, you're not. Oh, I'm ready for an older man because I'm on that level. I'm mature enough. No, you're not. Or I'm ready to have this house or this job or this lifestyle because no, you're not. You need to stay right where you are and figure out how to be a stable human being.